legend returns to the stage, the world pauses to watch. That night, amidst the sparkling lights that lit up the Seoul sky like stars, J-Hope stood there. One small step forward, and a new history was made. After more than a year of hiatus due to military service, J-Hope finally returned to the stage with his solo concert, Hope on the Stage SEOUL 2025. This is not just another concert. It's a moment that millions of armies around the world have been waiting for. Tickets were sold out in seconds, and even before the show started, social media was already filled with overwhelming enthusiasm from fans. And among the sea of people that filled the stadium, there was one person who couldn't hide his admiration. Jungkook, the BTS magnate, known for his candid expressions, was mesmerized throughout the night. The camera caught several moments of Jungkook shaking his head slowly, as if he couldn't believe what he was witnessing. Since the beginning, J-Hope has been known as an outstanding performer. His charisma on stage, his perfect dance technique, and his ability to liven up the atmosphere make him one of the most anticipated idols to return. As soon as the stage lights began to dim and the booming bass sound filled the stadium, the fans immediately held their breath. J-Hope's opening track was no joke, Dash More, one of his signature songs from his Jack in the Box album. The stomping electric guitar sound immediately made the stadium rumble, and when J-Hope stepped onto the center stage, wearing an all-black outfit with shimmering silver accents, everyone knew this was going to be an unforgettable night. With sharp yet powerful movements, J-Hope performed an intense choreography. The screams and cheers from ARMY fueled the atmosphere. It didn't take long for everyone to realize one thing: J-Hope hadn't lost any of his energy. In fact, he looked stronger, more confident, and more mature than ever. As thousands of pairs of eyes were hypnotized by J-Hope's performance, the camera occasionally panned to the VIP area, where the rest of the members were. Jungkook, who has always been the #1 fan of his Hyungs, was immersed in the atmosphere of the concert. When J-Hope began to sing Equal Sign, a song filled with messages of hope and unity, Jungkook was seen biting his lower lip, his signature habit when he is emotional. Some fans even captured a moment where Jungkook stared at the stage with teary eyes. And as the concert reached its peak with the song Arson, Jungkook couldn't hold back anymore. He stood up from his seat, clenched his fists, and shouted passionately like a true fanboy. However, the biggest surprise of the night came in the encore. Just when everyone thought the concert had reached its peak, the music suddenly changed. The intro of Chicken Noodle Soup began to sound, and the audience immediately screamed hysterically. And at that moment, someone appeared from behind the stage, Jungkook. No one expected that the magne would be performing with J-Hope. Wearing an oversized hoodie and snapback hat, Jungkook stepped onto the center stage with a big smile. He and J-Hope immediately choreographed together, creating a truly iconic moment. The chemistry between them is so strong. Jungkook performed his raps with confidence, while J-Hope kept the energy high. No one could stand still, even the other BTS members in the audience stood up and cheered. That night, more than just a grand stage or a spectacular performance, Hope on the Stage SEOUL 2025 was proof that the bond between BTS members will never fade. J-Hope may have stood as the main star of the night, but the presence of Jungkook and the other members in the audience, as well as the surprise duet that rocked the stadium, showed that BTS is still a family on and off stage. It's been said that time changes everything, including human relationships. However, this concert seemed to be the answer to all those who wondered how BTS would get along after each of them went on their individual journeys. Amidst speculation, amidst rumors, on that night, Jungkook and J-Hope proved that BTS is not just a band. They are brothers who continue to support each other, no matter what. And this wasn't just a one-night stand. It was the start of something bigger. ARMY response. Heartbroken, proud, and unable to move on. After the concert ended, social media was immediately filled with fan reactions. Hashtags like #HOPUNTHESDAG2025 and #YoungHope Legendary Moment were instantly trending on various platforms. The video of Jungkook and J-Hope's duet spread at incredible speed, receiving millions of views within just a few hours of the concert. Many fans admitted that they cried seeing their chemistry on stage. truly enjoying the concert as a fanboy, while others couldn't hide their pride in J-Hope making such a grand return. Emotional comments flooded social media. J-Hope not only came back, he came back stronger than ever. And Jungkook there as his best support system. I'm crying. Seeing Jungkook and J-Hope dancing together again made me realize how much I missed BTS performing as a group. But at least tonight, I could feel the warmth of their brotherhood. Hope on the stage is not just a concert, it's a celebration of the return of a legend. Not only from ARMY, various major media also reviewed this concert enthusiastically. Some called it the most historic solo concert in K-pop, while others highlighted how J-Hope managed to show a new side of himself that was more mature, more explosive, and more confident. One of the highlights of the concert was how J-Hope maintained his identity as a unique performer, but at the same time, he also made room for the memories and brotherhood of BTS to live on. J-Hope, I'm back, and this is just the beginning. In the post-concert interview, J-Hope shared a lot about what it was like to return to the stage after his military service. He admitted that he was worried about whether he could still perform with the same energy as before, whether the fans would still be waiting, and whether he could live up to the high expectations. However, all those worries were instantly dispelled when he stood on stage and saw thousands of ARMYs chanting his name. I felt like I was coming home, he said. I missed this. I missed all of you. When asked about his duet moment with Jungkook, J-Hope chuckled before replying, honestly, I knew he would come to the concert, but I didn't expect him to immediately agree to come on stage. Jungkook is like my youngest